next.
Jackie, we're joined now by the former acting ICE director, Jonathan Fahey. And Jonathan, good day to you. Also the former DHS Deputy Assistant Secretary and a former federal prosecutor. Jonathan, thank you for your time. Tom Homan, over the weekend on ABC, says he has no regrets, no apologies. He's not going back. Watch here.
I think I stand by the fact I think we did the right thing here. We removed a public safety threat, a national security threat, a violent gang member from the United States. ICE intelligence says he's an MS-13 gang member. A confidential informant says he's an MS-13 gang member. The country of El Salvador says he's an MS-13 gang member. I think he's exactly where he should be.
Jonathan, where's this end up?
You know, ultimately, I don't know, because ultimately in the courts, they can only go so far as pushing the Trump administration to say, go into another country and force that other country to send somebody back, even though they presume that there's a inferiority sort of bargaining power between the two countries. Ultimately, it's El Salvador's decision if they do want to send them back or not. But I think it's really important to note, and what Tom Homan was talking about, this person was ordered deported. So they only withheld deporting from El Salvador because it was too dangerous from him. So ironically, El Salvador is so much safer now. So the reasons for even withholding his deportation no longer exist. So any way it ends up, he ends up being deported. He doesn't end up being back here in the United States. However, the courts shake out, I'm not really sure, but ultimately this person is not going to be a resident of the United States as some Democrats want him to be.
7-2 on Saturday. Supreme Court says you can't deport anybody else unless they get a reasonable time to contest their pending removals. I read that to assume that the administration cannot do that they were frozen. How do you read it?
Yeah, I think what the Supreme Court is saying, a process needs to be put into place that includes notice and some sort of ability to challenge it in a certain amount of time, to challenge it by the people being deported. The good news for the administration, they haven't said there's a problem with using the statute at all. They're just saying a process needs to be in place. And the other part that's good news, once a process is in place, it will become very efficient to deport people, because simply they'll be given notice and then people can contest it. And once the first few start losing these contested hearings, which aren't going to be full-blown trials, people will start just waiving that and being deported very efficiently. So I think ultimately this will be a win for the administration, but it's just a temporary setback until some processes are in place that everyone can recognize. I mean, all the courts can recognize it should follow certain steps along the way.
Okay, Alito said in his dissent with Justice Thomas over the weekend that you acted without hearing from the government. So we'll see where that goes. I know this is stepping outside the legal bounds. It's more a political question. But Mo Alithi, who used to work with us here at Fox, has a warning for Democrats on it.
Both sides have kind of gone to their corners and are saying this is the fight we want to have. Whereas I don't necessarily know it's the conversation that would actually resonate with the rest of the country. We don't know all of the details about this guy. So let's not make him a martyr.
So Alexandra just referred to them. There are 4 Democrats heading for El Salvador today. Maxwell Frost out of Florida, Robert Garcia out of California, and then on the list, Maxine Dexter of Oregon. What do you think about the possibility of making him a martyr?
Yeah. It really is a puzzling political strategy. And talking about, Chris Van Hollen's visit last week, I thought it was very interesting when he came back this week and was explaining himself on the news shows. And he just basically gave sort of a generic, perfunctory, condolence for Rachel Morin. And it doesn't seem like he has any concern for her, and doesn't recognize that Rachel Morin's death was directly, or at least indirectly, related to the Biden open border policies, which were unconscionable and had no regard for the interests of Americans. So I do find it very interesting, because he says he's fighting for due process, but the Democrats have fought every step of the way against any deportation, against Tren Aragua, against this man, against anyone. It seems like their only position is people that entered here illegally should get to stay under almost any circumstances without regard for the interest of the American people, their safety, or national security.
Jonathan, thanks for coming on. Jonathan Fahey, we'll cool our jets until that comes back. Appreciate your insight today. Many thanks to you.
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.